with the save is Suzuki. Didn't quite catch it. It was a lovely flowing move. Bernardsson plays the 1-2 with Gyökeres. Plays the 1-2 with Isak. And I tell you what, after he gets his shot off there, he's absolutely wiped out off the ball. I mean, wiped out in the penalty area. Don't know if anyone's not having a look at that. It's a clear foul. Not sure why that wouldn't be checked. Although the VAR and the refereeing in general in this tournament has been handled with a very light touch. The officials haven't interfered too much. We saw an example earlier on this evening where the Germany goal stood when it looked like there'd been a foul committed on an Ecuadorian defender. But we carry on here, I don't mind it. Suzuki, the man who made that save. Pretty straightforward save from Bernardsson. Rolls the ball out to Ayumu Seko. Seko back into Eo Tanaka. Big diagonal out with this right hand side. Sugawara, good first touch from him. Infield to Seko. Right to Maeda, left footed cross is from Doan. Cleared away from Sweden. Japan just getting their first spell of possession and territory of the game. The ball's headed up in the air by Gudmundsson. When it drops, Isak heads it back to his goalkeeper. Well, the flag was up anyway on this right hand side. Offside against Japan. Oh my days. It's 2-0 to the Netherlands. Brian Brobby has added a goal there. Tunisia 0, Netherlands 2 after 7 minutes. Well, brace yourself for a record here tonight. Get the opening goal in this one and I'm sure it'll liven right up. It's been a bright start here from both sides. Both sides have asked a few questions. Ball is out for a Japanese throw-in in the right back area. Sugawara has it. As you'd expect, a very colourful spectacle around the Dallas Stadium tonight. Both sets of supporters known for their infectious enthusiasm and an ability to dress up. Japan have a free kick. Gudmundsson fouled Ayase Ueda as Ueda tried to turn away from Gudmundsson. Japan have taken the free kick. They're in possession on the halfway line. Ito square to Sugawara. A 3-4-2-1 for Japan here. 3 centre backs, but Nakamura, Sugawara, very adaptable. They can play in at full back or push on when Japan have possession. Ball into the penalty area. Isak as well wins the header. Hooked clear by Lindelof. Turns on the corner by Japan towards Doan. Sweden win it though, and Yasin Iari brings it forward. Elanga skips away from one challenge, hurdles a second challenge, and is wiped out, absolutely wiped out, by the Japanese player. I have no idea how that's not a yellow card. I've already mentioned the leniency of the officials in this. Eo Tanaka wiped out Anthony Elanga. Free kick was given just on the edge of the centre circle for Sweden. But no yellow card for Tanaka. Graham Potter has his funeral suit on again and he's just having a word with the fourth official. Trying to establish why that wasn't a yellow card. Clear directives for the officials to not dish out too many cards in this tournament. One ball forward. Gyökeres, good centre forward play. We'll find Isak. Isak looks for the 1-2. Doesn't get there. It's going to come to Gyökeres again. Gyökeres' pass wasn't the best. Japan bring it away. Good play from Tanaka this time. 10 minutes have elapsed here in Arlington. It's scoreless. Japan 0, Sweden 0. Ball at the feet of the Leeds United man. We've got Leeds United players on opposing sides here. Ball slipped down the right hand channel looking for the run of Daichi Kamada, but a little bit too close to Vidal Zetterstrom. He was all in lime green, keeping goal away to our right hand side. Isak Kane, triangle from Sweden. Ayase brings it away. Lagerbielke for Lindelof. Lindelof into the feet of Gyökeres. He tried to turn it around the corner, but there was nobody there for Sweden. Bernardsson was closest, but it ended up back at the feet of Suzuki. Suzuki clips it forward with his left foot, but over the top of Ayase Ueda. Picked up again by Sweden. Game just settled down now into a little pattern. Long ball forward, headed away by Itakura. Lindelof is then beaten to it by Maeda. A little nutmeg from Maeda. He's then held back. Referee's played an advantage. It was picked up by Nakamura. Japan over the halfway line. Dropped back into Itakura. Kamada. Daichi Kamada, 2 goals in this tournament. So far, he only scored once in 46 games for Crystal Palace this season. So he's found his scoring boots. I'm not sure he knew an awful lot about either of them, to be honest, but I'd rather be lucky than good, as the man once said. Japan on the attack. Crossing towards the back post. Looks slightly overheat. Not too far. You can argue Sugawara was round the back post. It's only a couple of yards away from making that, but it has bounced out for a goal kick to Sweden. Japan 0, Sweden 0. 13 minutes played here in Arlington, Texas. Goal kick taken long by Vidal Zetterstrom. Alexander Isak has it, left hand side. The position he just like to come in field from, the Liverpool striker. He's played the ball off Sugawara for a throw in to Sweden. Isak leaves it for Stroud. Stroud leaves it for Gudmundsson. Gudmundsson will be on the clock here. He needs to get this in the box. He's been faffing about with his throw. It's cleared away at the near post. Good defensive header by Tanaka. And Elliot Stroud just had to rush there under pressure. Did manage to get the ball back to his goalkeeper. Long clearance from the Swedish stopper, and it's put out for a throw-in on the far side to the blue and yellow. Taken back in field and at the feet of Victor Lindelof. Long ball forward again, this time looking for the run of Anthony Elanga. His ability to run in behind. First start of the tournament tonight for the Newcastle man. Good goal he scored off the bench against the Dutch on match day 2. 1-on-1 with the goalkeeper and a left-footed finish. Japan have it now. He has a chance. 4v4 for the Japanese. Right hand side. Ritsu Doa. Shot. Blocked by Gudmundsson. Spins up. Far side of the penalty area. Daichi Maeda. Japan start again. Centre circle. Itakura. To Kamada. Wide is Ito with a cross. Poor ball in. Ayase looking for Isak. Isak couldn't bring the ball under his spell. Oh, it's Elanga actually out there. And then a foul on Elanga by Hiroki Ito. Elanga miscontrolled it. As he tried to double back on himself to collect the ball, was fouled by Hiroki Ito, and it is a free kick for Sweden. We've played a quarter of an hour. We have no goals. Hasn't really come to life after a very bright Swedish opening. Game's just settled into a bit of a lull since. Ball on the right-hand side with Sugawara. Tanaka. Out to Ito. Gets the ball back off Nakamura. Japan back inside their own half. Quite a high press here from Sweden, the front three. Gyökeres, Isak and Elanga all working together, working hard. Japan have worked around it though. Good football from Japan. Loads of space now for Doan to attack. Moved on to Nakamura. Nakamura has support both sides. Comes in field. It's moved on to Eo Tanaka. Considered the shot from distance. Has gone wide to Sugawara. Sugawara's cross is far too close to Jakob Vidalset. To Strum, and the goalkeeper claims that above his head. Rolls the ball out. A bit of a dangerous area to Yasinari. Yasinari was then fouled by Eo Tanaka. And then Iari just turns to his goalkeeper and gestures at him just to calm down a little bit. I don't think Yasinari particularly wanted that ball rolled out to him there. Tunisia have stemmed the flow, at least for the time being. The other game in this group. Still just 2-0 to the Dutch. No goals yet here. Goal kick for Japan. Back at the feet of Zion Suzuki. Just 23 years of age, Zion Suzuki. Seems to have been around for a long time. The Japanese international. Plays for Parma in Syria. 25th cap this evening for his national team. Tanaka. Tanaka and Daichi Kamada tidy in there. The two holding midfielders for Japan. They just set a nice base for Japan to be able to play. Quite a solid base. Tanaka's dropped deep here to get on the ball and swings it out wide to Seko. Seko's pass is a little bit accidental, but it finds Maeda. Ball over the top, looking for the run of Sugawara. Good header from Lindelof, and Gudmundsson completes the clearance with a final touch off Ritsu Doan for a throw-in to Sweden in their own left-back area. Long throw towards Gyökeres. Gyökeres couldn't hold it up. He's got the ground. Wanted a free kick. Doesn't get one. Japan have it. Ayari with a neat turn. Tried to fizz it into Alexander Isak. It's a good idea, but the pass was too close to the Japanese defender. It's all very tight for Japan down this right-hand side. Once again, the referee's played an advantage, and Japan can attack left-hand side. Nakamura towards the corner of the penalty area. Into the box. He saw the run of Daichi Kamada, but the pass was way overhit and ran through to Vidal. Set this strong. Gudmundsson. That's a better pass. Into the feet of Stroud. Sweden have lost it again though. Sweden been pretty careless in possession the last 2 or 3 times they have it. Now Elanga can chase. Elanga absolutely has the legs to get there in front of Itakura. Has it now, right hand side. Looking for support. Rolls the ball under his studs a couple of times and ends up dropping it back off to Bernardsson. Japan now have everybody back. Isak Hayne. Elliot Stroud. Lindelof goes out right to Bernardson. Ayari dropped into a good area. Then he's tried to play the little dinked ball over the top to Alexander Isak. It was a good idea. It was a difficult ball though, and Ayari didn't execute it perfectly. It bounced away for a goal kick to the Blue Samurai. Japan, who opened up with that 2-2 draw with the Netherlands. They had to come from behind twice in that one. Got a late equaliser before they were given the gift that is Tunisia on match day 2. Into the near post. Header over the top. First real effort from the Japanese. Daisen Maeda. Header from 10 yards out. He was going away from goal and couldn't direct it on target. Just went over the angle of post and crossbar. Jacob Wiedel said the Strums goal. Goal kick to the Swedes. Sweden took advantage of their game against Tunisia with that 5-1 win. Before they themselves were beaten by the same scoreline against the Dutch. I can't think there's been a pair of games similar to that in the history of this tournament, where a team have won the opening game 5-1 and then lost the second game 5-1. I can't be the person who brings you no goals in a Group F match where there's been 20 in 4. We've already got 2 in the other game tonight. We just need this first one. Beadle set to Strom, knocks it long. Alexander Isak jumped for it, but was nowhere near it. It's headed down and collected by Bernardson. Bernardson comes out to Elliot Stroud, who had a little bit of space to move into. Not many options though. Goes back to Gudmundsson. Now Isak can get it on the half turn. Finds Ayari. Ayari to Lagerbielke. Isak Hayne to Gudmundsson. Terrible pass. Gudmundsson just about keeps that in. Sweden made a little bit of a mess of that. Ended up having to go back to the goalkeeper to start again. Isak Hayne. Back to the 27-year-old Swedish keeper. Alexander Isak is chasing down Zion Suzuki. Suzuki just clears it long with his left foot. And that is the hydration break in the first half. Just about to hit 24 minutes on the clock. Really not an awful lot to tell you about. It was pretty open in the first few minutes. Sweden started really well, but since then it's settled down and it's pretty cagey fare in all honesty. Japan 0, Sweden 0. The other game in this group has also reached their hydration break. That is Tunisia 0, Netherlands 2. An own goal, and then Brian Brobby with his 3rd goal of the tournament for the Dutch. It's already been a really fun day of World Cup action. Ecuador came from nowhere to win their game against Germany. A late goal from Gonzalo Plata gave them a 2-1 come from behind win. Ecuador looked like they were done and dusted, but they will make the next round. Long unbeaten run for Germany went to the wall in that one. In the other game, Ivory Coast scored a goal in each half and beat Curacao 2-0. Nicolas Pepe, who still remains the most expensive African player ever to play in the Premier League. He got the 2 goals. Curacao being a fun story as well in this tournament. They got their goal against Germany on match day 1, even though they lost that game 7-1. So Curacao have offered plenty. They'll be on their way home. Another takeaway from Ecuador picking those 3 points up was that Scotland were left hanging by a thread. They already have the 8th best third place record. But it's very, very likely now that Scotland will be on their way home. Group D concludes later on this evening too. USA already through will play Turkey, who are already out. I'm sure Maurizio Pochettino will be looking to maintain momentum with his USA side. And then it's jockeying for position in a game that a lot of people suspect might be not a particularly competitive draw between Paraguay and Australia, who are just playing for second and third, but a point apiece might just be the key for that one. Hydration break is just about done. Graham Potter was giving some fairly animated instructions to his teams. Graham Potter very familiar with the Swedish culture and football. Spent 7 successful years at Östersund in Sweden, which is where he made his name before he moved on. Spent time at Chelsea and West Ham, both fairly unsuccessfully, and then he was given the call to come and rescue Sweden's bid to make USA, Canada and Mexico 2026, which they did by beating Poland and Ukraine in the playoffs. Back underway here. The clock is on 27 minutes as we restart. Sweden have a free kick in the centre circle. Isak Hayne was fouled by the backtracking Ueda, the Feyenoord striker for Japan. Gudmundsson. Hayne. Blågult was hurried into a clearance. That's not great from Sweden. They are a little bit clumsy at the back occasionally. That is their Achilles heel. They've got a ton of options going forward. One of them now is a Langer. Oh, that's clumsy as well. Using the word. Alexander Isak just telling Langer to get it in the box. Ayari was the man with the overlapping run, but Langer's pass was poor. Goal kick to Japan. Two shots for the Japanese so far, none on target, one for Sweden on target, but that was a pretty tame effort from Alexander Bernhardsson in the early stages. Japan have a throw in right hand side. Final touch came off Elliot Stroud. In fact, it's going to be a free kick for a high foot against Elliot Stroud. Free kick on the halfway line. The Japanese coach Hajime Moriyasu just having a little chat with the fourth official down there. Ball out to Seko. Seko goes along. Three big centre halves for Sweden. You would have thought a long ball from Japan isn't going to be their best friend this evening. They might need to go through those Swedish defenders, much like the Dutch did. It was all down the sides. Holland caused them all kinds of problems. Cody Gakpo, Denzel Dumfries getting down the side and playing those passes in for Brian Brobby. Ball is back with Suzuki. Japan comfortable on the ball, playing out from the back. Another long ball. This time Isak Hayne is trying to get in front of his man, Ueda. Good defending. Again, the physical presence of the two Swedish defenders, him and Lagerbielke. Ueda had no real option. Pretty isolated, Ueda, early on. Sweden attack. Cleared away by Itakura. throw in right outside the Japanese technical area. We've ticked past half an hour here in the Dallas Stadium in Jerry World. Goodmanson turns it back to Isak Hayne. Isak Hayne, who plays in the centre of those three defenders for Sweden. Another who plays in Syria, he's with Atalanta. Who had a fun run in this year's Champions League. Poor clearance collected by Lindelof of all people on the edge of the penalty area. Sweden have it. Decent area. Lagerbielke to Elanga. Elanga, right hand side. Overlapping run from Bernardsson. Bernardsson is closed out a bit by a few Japanese players, and now the break's on, and Isak Hayne has got to pick up a yellow card for that. Was done for pace. Isak Hayne, Ayase Ueda was off to the races. Isak Hayne knew he was in trouble, so just pulled back the Japanese number 18. And Isak Hayne picks up the first yellow card of this evening's match in the 32nd minute. His first of the tournament. Japan have taken the free kick. They have it in the centre circle. Ko Itakura moved on to Seko. Again, Japan just slowing it down. Itakura. And the half turn is Tanaka. Back to Seko. Into the centre circle again. No press this time from Sweden. They're just standing off Japan, allowing them to have possession. Tanaka to Itakura. Again out to Seko. Itakura moves it on to Hiroki Ito. No options forward. Right hand side. Sugawara. Japan making absolutely no inroads here. Sweden don't seem too bothered by that. Good Monson wins the header. AR, he tries to get it down. And then Alexander Isak tried to evade a couple of challenges, but the flag had gone up. The ball had already gone out for a throw into Japan before Isak tried to get away from those Japanese defenders. Through in right hand side, right on the halfway line. No goals, and we've not really looked like having one here. The longer this game has gone on, the scrappier it's got. Japan 0, Sweden 0. Match day 3 in Group F. You are listening to studio-based off-tube commentary of this one. All the action is available through your local broadcaster. Into the penalty area. That was a better ball in from Japan. It's not cleared very well from Sweden. Now then, Aari. Maybe Sweden can break. Yasin Aari trying to get around the outside of Tanaka. Oh, and Tanaka's been pulled up for a free kick and is furious about it. Io Tanaka thought he just out-muscled Yasin Aari. But the referee has given the free kick to Sweden, and we'll have a little break in play here because Isak Hayne is down on the edge of the 6-yard box. I didn't quite see what happened to him. It was the cross was delivered in by Sugawara. Oh, and I tell you what, this doesn't look good for Isak Hayne, because looking at it now, he's gone down with no one near him. He's stretched for the ball. Oh, this might be a hamstring. I think Isak Hayne might have to come off here. The Swedish medical staff are looking pretty grim. One of the medical staff has just spoken into his headset. Oh yeah, it looks like a left hamstring for Isak, and this is going to be trouble for Sweden. This is going to be a blow. Isak is being helped to his feet. His face tells a story here. He gets a hug from the goalkeeper, Jakob Vidal Zetterström, as he's taken off. Yeah, that's a left hamstring. That's the tournament done, I reckon. I don't want to be a harbinger of doom, but that doesn't look good, unfortunately, for Isak. The two captains are now getting a telling off from the referee, because all the players had gone across to take drinks and therefore instructions off the coaches, which is not allowed. Sweden are preparing the substitution, and it's not a like-for-like sub, so you might see a little change in system here, which might be helpful. I think it's Lucas Bergvall who's going to come on. Currently down to 10. Sweden. Isak is down behind that goal away to our right-hand side. Now the change is made. Isak off. Wish him the best. And Lucas Bergvall, Tottenham Hotspur man. Been some speculation this week that Bergvall is happy to leave Tottenham. Tottenham made a ton of signings, but Bergvall could be one who's leaving. Isak's just trying to get up to walk back towards the dugout and collapsed again. He can't even do that. So Bergvall is on. This is his third appearance in the tournament, off the bench in all three. He has a chance for Sweden. Now then, Bernardsson, good turn, edge of the penalty area, tries to pull it back towards Gyökeres. Great defending over there from Tanaka. And then Bergvall's first interaction in the game was to flatten Tanaka. Referee just instructs him to calm down. Didn't really make much contact, Bergvall. Tanaka just leapt in the air. Now we're going to see a change for Japan too. Ko Itakura is going off. Not really sure what's going on there. I didn't see. Itakura doesn't look particularly injured. He's going to be replaced by Japan's number 3, Shogo Taniguchi. So, forced changes for both sides. I presume that's a forced change. I can't imagine that's tactical. That will be like for like, Taniguchi. Sweden have stayed 5 at the back. Bernardsson has gone to left back. Gudmundsson has gone across to join Lindelof and Lagerbielke. And Bergvall goes in the middle. Now then, Bergvall had a chance to play Elanga in, but didn't see that Daichi Maeda was after him. Maeda picked his pocket, brings the ball away for Japan. Right hand side, Sugawara. 35 yards from goal. Drops it back off to Ayumu Seko. Tanaka. Crowded out. Tanaka gets it back. Sugawara shoots. Not a bad effort, but from 25 yards out, all along the floor, was never really troubling Vidal Zetterström. It is an effort on target from Japan. I think it is their first effort on target of the game. One now for each side. What we really need is a goal here as the clock hits 40 minutes. It's Japan 0, Sweden 0. Group F action. As it stands, Japan in second place on 5 points, Sweden in third place on 4 points. Both will go through Doan. Just leans into Gudmundsson. Referee's given a free kick. Assistant was pretty close to it, kept his flag down. But the referee was happy to give the free kick. Victor Lindelof. Sweden again, slow it down, build out from the back. The Gustav Lagerbielke. Nearly plays himself into trouble, gets away with it. Iari takes over, plays a poor pass up the right hand side. Japan have it back. On the half turn is Doan. Doan's got support further wide right from Sugawara. Back to the halfway line go Japan. Sikko, it's pretty much walking pace now this game. Switched out right hand side. And here's a chance for Nakamura on the left. Nakamura thought about taking his man on. That's good play. Lagerbielke's across doing the defending. Anthony Elanga is fouled. This is really scrappy. How many times, says Anthony Elanga to the referee? I think that's probably 3, Anthony. I don't know if it was a rhetorical question. Sweden have a free kick on the right hand side. Taken quickly and across square to Gudmundsson. Victor Lindelof. Now out to Bernardsson. Another free kick. The referee's not helping much either, by the way. I might have jinxed this earlier when I said we've been seeing a light touch from the officials, because this has been quite an officious first period. Two and a half minutes of the 45 to go, although there will be quite a lot of stoppages for the hydration break, and then that injury to Isak Hain. Long ball forward for Japan, but pretty aimless. Sugawara was in the vicinity, but was way over the top of the Japanese number 2. Bergvall tries to get on the ball. Heavy touch, and then he's flattened another man, Bergvall. Struggled to get into the game, and is he going to get away with the yellow card again? Ritsu Doan is the man down. It was a poor touch from Bergvall, and then he's just gone flying into the tackle. That's really clumsy from Lucas Bergvall. On the left ankle of Ritsu Doan. Bergvall was pretty quick to escape the scene there. The referee has gone across now just to talk to him. No yellow card for the youngster. He's 20 years of age, Lucas Bergvall. Left hand side for Japan, Nakamura. Now he has a chance. Crossing opportunity towards the back post. Still alive. And now Gudmundsson hacks it clear for Sweden. Japan had men over momentarily. Ball is out for a throw-in on the halfway line for Japan. Nakamura there just tricked his way into the box, crossed to the back post. It was miscontrolled by Sugawara, which allowed Sweden to clear. Into the final 60 seconds. Up in the air by Lagerbielke. It's a tidy little pass from Tanaka around the corner. And now then, here's a chance for Doan. Doan's got a ton of options. He's gone wide to Nakamura. Corner of the penalty area. Runner beyond him was Ito. Cross was blocked at the near post. Nakamura has it back. Japan finishing the half a little bit stronger. Io Tanaka. Out to Ito. On the half turn is Nakamura into the penalty area, shooting chance, poke towards goal, good save, left hand save from Joachim Wiedel-Zetterstrom. Bit of a toe poked effort from Keito Nakamura, just trying to shape it round the keeper. Actually, you know, it's not a bad effort at all from Nakamura. Wasn't a toe poke, inside of the foot. And Riedel Zetterstrom had to stretch to get a left hand to that. And it's out for a corner kick on the right hand side for Japan. We are into stoppage time here at the end of the first half. Was hooked skywards by Kamada. Won in the air by Gudmundsson. Gudmundsson is challenged by Duan. And this time the free kick goes the way of Sweden. 5 minutes added time here. We've played one of them. Still scoreless in this Group F game between Japan and Sweden. Long ball forward, looking for Isak. Isak couldn't get there. Gyökeres is in behind him. And the flag's gone up against Alexander Isak. Isak got a goal against Tunisia in that opening game. Actually cost his side a goal in the second game against the Netherlands. Miscontrolled the ball, allowing the Dutch to break and score. Hoping to banish the memories of a nightmare season for Alexander Isak. Zion Suzuki, whose kit, by the way, this evening is quite magnificent. It's a great colour, sort of pinky red, but then also there's a lot of detail on there. Free kick for Sweden. Isak looks down the line for Gyökeres. Isak passes the ball out for a throw-in. Two and a half minutes of the 5 stoppages gone. You get the feeling the longer this goes on, both sides will be kind of happy with it. Netherlands going 2-0 up early has changed things as well for Japan. Japan could win the group if they bettered the Dutch result. 2 goals in the first 7 minutes would have kind of dampened their enthusiasm for that, meaning the prospect of a draw is absolutely fine. Now here's a chance for Isak. Gyökeres with a shot deflection. It's going to be a corner kick. With the Gyökeres from 22 yards out. Didn't have much support. The ball broke to him fortuitously. And with a lack of options, just had a strike which hit 2 Japanese defenders. And it's out for a corner kick on the left hand side, which Yasin Ayari is going to swing in with his right foot. Referee just separating a bit of a scrum in the 6-yard box. Everyone under the crossbar there. Yasin Ayari towards the back post. Imposing figure of Zion Suzuki. Double punch away. Elanga collects it. Japan have just stayed in here. Bernardsson had loads of options. Picked a terrible one. Went square and back to Gudmundsson. Out to Elanga. Elanga goes for the 1-2 with Bergvall. Bernardsson. Long ball, poor ball from Bernardsson. Elliot Stroud couldn't make anything of that. Japan hack it clear. And we've got 45 seconds of this first half to play, and it is scoreless. And neither side is threatened, other than a couple of half chances. One last chance maybe for Sweden. Towards the edge of the box, doesn't break for Ayari. Stroud will pick it up. Corner of the box, left hand side. Stroud, low cross, claimed well by the goalkeeper. A little bit better that time from Elliot Stroud. Just got half a yard beyond his fullback, but couldn't find anyone with a cross. And the Suzuki clears skywards. The referee blows for half time. Half time's gone pretty quick, but there's not a highlight to tell you about. Pretty cagey stuff here in the Dallas Stadium. Half-time in this Group F clash. It is Sweden 0, Japan 0.
Remember to check out FootMob's social channels on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter and TikTok. Thank you for listening to FootMob's audio commentary. Be sure to check out player ratings, shot maps and more in-depth info on the match page. Remember to check out FootMob's social channels on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter and TikTok. Thank you for listening to FootMob's audio commentary. Be sure to check out player ratings, shot maps and more in-depth info on the match page. Remember to check out FootMob's social channels on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter and TikTok. Thank you for listening to FootMob's audio commentary. Be sure to check out player ratings, shot maps and more in-depth info on the match page. Remember to check out FootMob's social channels on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter and TikTok. Thank you for listening to FootMob's audio commentary. Be sure to check out player ratings, shot maps and more in-depth info on the match page. Remember to check out FootMob's social channels on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter and TikTok. Thank you for listening to FootMob's audio commentary. Be sure to check out player ratings, shot maps and more in-depth info on the match page. Remember to check out FootMob's social channels on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter and TikTok. Thank you for listening to FootMob's audio commentary. Be sure to check out player ratings, shot maps and more in-depth info on the match page. Remember to check out FootMob's social channels on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter and TikTok. Thank you for listening to FootMob's audio commentary. Be sure to check out player ratings, shot maps and more in-depth info on the match page.
Welcome back to the Dallas Stadium in Arlington, Texas. Just about ready for second half action. Japan get us underway, attacking the goal to our left hand side. No goals here in the first half, and in all fairness, not an awful lot of chances to tell you about the XG. Pretty low in that one. I'll try and get you up to date with those figures. I'll keep you up to date also with Netherlands, Tunisia in the second half. And we'll try and keep you abreast of what the group looks like and what the next round fixtures might look like as we go on. This is one of the easier groups to sort out, actually, but we'll get to that in due time. I'll also give you the team news when we get a little break in play. Japan on the attack, left hand side. This game really does need a goal to liven it up. Ball is back with the Japanese goalkeeper Suzuki. Both keepers made one save each in that first half. Suzuki's long ball goes all the way through to his opposite number, Jacob Zetterstrom, who's making his first appearance in this year's tournament, replacing Nordfeldt in goal for Sweden. Hasn't had an awful lot to do though. Gyökeres, he has a shooting chance, edge of the box, wouldn't drop to Ayari. Ayari was a real menace against the Dutch on match day 2 for Sweden. Hasn't really got into this in an attacking sense so far this evening. He's one of the players you would expect to be able to unlock the door for the Swedes. Anthony Elanga wins a good header on the halfway line, but Japan have it with Io Tanaka. Tanaka to Kamada, down the line for Daisen Maeda. Maeda's challenged by Gustav Lagerbielke. Through in, Maeda has it again. Here's a chance, maybe edge of the box. Tanaka beats a few men. Tanaka with a shot, he's just rushed it and lifted it over the crossbar. Io Tanaka stepped away from a couple of Swedish defenders, and it just opened up for the Leeds United man. But he rushed his shot a little bit, got underneath it, lifted it over the top. The Vidal Zetterstrom's crossbar. Japan line up. Suzuki, Seko, Ito, Sagawara, Kamada, Tanaka, Nakamura, Doan, Maeda and Ueda. Did have to make a change in that first half with Shogo Taniguchi came on. Ko Itakura was the man replaced. Both teams had to make a change in the first half. Isak Hayne was forced off with what looked like a hamstring for Sweden. He was replaced by Lucas Bergvall. Sweden have a corner in the meantime. Yasin Ayari, left hand side, taken short. Elanga back to Ayari, round the back post. Bergvall with a header, maybe a shooting chance. Bergvall, low cross, deflected into the side netting. Hiroki Ito is the man doing the defending. Sweden with Vital Zetterstrom in goal, who replaced Nordfeldt. Lindelof, Lagerbielke, Gudmundsson, Elliot Stroud, Ayari, Bergvall, Bernhardsson with Elanga, Isak and Gyökeres. Corner kick. Dinked in by the left foot of Stroud. Looking for Isak at the near post. He couldn't get there. Lagerbielke got a head on it. Out for a goal kick. Five minutes gone in the second half here. You are listening to studio-based off-tube commentary. All this action available on your local broadcaster. It is Group F, Match Day 3 action. Japan 0, Sweden 0. The Dutch are 2-0 up on Tunisia in the other group game. So as it stands, Netherlands will win the group. They'll go through to face Morocco. Japan will finish second. They'll have the pleasure of Brazil in the next round. And Sweden's fate as a third place finisher has lots more permutations. Offside down this right hand side. Daichi Kamada just went a little bit too early with his run. Free kick to Sweden. 6 minutes gone here in the second half. No goals. Long ball forward. Isak with a challenge. Gyökeres is sniffing around. Alanga was there too. Cleared away by Seko. Bernardson's done well initially, then great defended by Nakamura. He got his body in between Bernardsson and the ball. Nakamura. Alanga nips in with a tackle. Just pokes the ball back out to play for another Japanese throw. These two haven't faced each other since way back in 2002 in a warm-up tournament for that. A warm-up game, sorry, for that year's tournament. Game that finished 1-1. Japan have never beaten Sweden. Sweden 2 wins, 3 draws in the 5 all-time meetings head-to-head. Here comes Nakamura, corner of the penalty area. Shooting chance, edge of the box. He has a chance, deflection. It's going to drop to Nakamura. He keeps it in. Nakamura just outside the 6-yard box, faced by Lagerbielke. Gives it to Kamada. Kamada to the back post. He has a chance. Oh no, poor effort. Sugawara didn't know whether to shoot or cross. Duan with a shot towards the back post. Oh, what an unbelievable save if the flag stays down. Vidal Zetterstrom has just pulled off a stunning save for Sweden, although the flag has now gone up. Ritsu Duan crossed the ball into the back post. There was 3 Japanese attackers, all miles offside. But it was a great save from Jakob Vidal Zetterstrom. Threw it with a big right arm and turned it over the crossbar. Vidal Zetterstrom, who plays his football for Derby County in the English Championship. Long ball from the goalkeeper. It's returned by Japan. Nice footwork over there from Gudmundsson. Japan have won it back though. Off the ball incident, Maeda went to ground, wants a free kick. It's picked up by Maeda again. Out to the left hand side of Nakamura. Oh, Nakamura had an overlapping run of Ito. Couldn't find him. We've got another goal in the other game, and Tunisia are on the score sheet. Tunisia 1, Netherlands 2 in that one. Tunisia just keeping the Dutch honest. It's their second goal of the tournament. Vidal Zetterstrom this time comes a long way from goal to punch clear. Challengers flying in the middle of the pitch. Referees letting everything go. Iari it was who went to ground. Crunching tackle. Second half started lively again. Ball is at the feet of Victor Lindelof. The Aston Villa man. Big diagonal. Taken on the chest of Anthony Alanga. Bernardsson. Clipped forward to Gyökeres. Gyökeres, good centre forward play. He's having his shirt pulled. The referee hasn't given that either. Gyökeres had turned away from Taniguchi. Japan have it left hand side inside the Sweden half. Keito Nakamura. Right hand side into the feet of Ueda. Now he has a chance. Must be 1-0. Japan have hit the frontier and it's Daichi Kamada. The game needed a goal and we've got one. In the 55th minute, the Celtic man has eventually slidden the ball beyond Jakob Vidal Zetterstrom. with that Tunisian goal, Japan suddenly have a sniff at top spots here. It's really good football. Doan with a beautiful pass. A stunning pass from Ritsu Doan. Great assist. Slid the ball through with his left foot. Daisen Maeda was onto it. Left foot control. He's just about bang on the penalty spot. And he slides it beyond Jacob Vidal-Zetterstrom. We've got the opening goal of the game here in Dallas. 55 on the clock. It's Japan 1, Sweden 0. Hopefully that just livens this up for the rest of the night. Sweden down onto 3 points and need to be careful, so they will have to keep pressing here, the Swedes, regardless of how strong a position they might think they're in. Also, goal difference might be a thing too. And the Japanese will have an eye on avoiding Brazil in the second round. Edge of the box, here's a chance. Iari twists and turns, ties himself in a little bit of a knot when it looked easier to get a shot off. Yasin Iari. As it stands, both the Netherlands and Japan now tied on 7 points. Netherlands lead on goal difference. Japan can change that with another goal. Bergvall's in the penalty area. Sweden trying to respond. Elanga, left-footed cross towards the back post. Good defending. Sugawara got there. Sweden currently have a little cushion, a 2-goal cushion with the third place teams. So like I said, just want to be careful. Throw in far side, level with a penalty spot. Bergvall launches it in, it's flicked on, headed away by Kamada. Gudmundsson, terrible pass. Elanga has the wheels to keep it in. Final touch comes off the goal scorer Daisen Maeda. Throw into Sweden. Definitely a little bit more urgency now about the blue and yellow. Bergvall out to Gudmundsson. Isak with a good first touch. Back to Lagerbielke. Elanga. Back on his left foot, Elanga. Little step over. Sees Gudmundsson wide. Heavy touch though from Gudmundsson. In fact, I think it was Elliot Stroud over there who couldn't control the ball. Japan have forced Sweden all the way back to their own goalkeeper. 59 minutes on the clock. Japan 1, Sweden 0. Daisen Maeda with the goal on 55. He's given Japan the lead. A free kick here given for a foul on Viktor Gyökeres. This is decent position for the Swedes. 35 yards out. It is right of centre. I don't think it's a shooting opportunity. Yasin Iari, the man who pulls the strings on these Swedish set pieces, is over the ball. Got 2 goals in that win against Tunisia. Yasin Iari. Ball in towards the near post. A terrible ball. Couldn't beat the first man, who was Hiroki Ito. Cross towards the back post. This time was cleared by Sugawara. Lack of quality on this ball in from Sweden as the clock ticks past the hour mark. And Iari's had to go back to his goalkeeper. Frustration for Sweden. Bergvall finds Iari. Interesting to see what attacking changes Graham Potter has off the substitutes bench. Benjamin Nygren was the man who was left out this evening for Elanga. Taha Ali's played well actually off the bench. was hoping a friendly match against Greece before the tournament, and then he looked quite sharp when he came on against the Dutch on match day 2 here. Bernardsson into the feet of Elanga. Dropped off to Lagerbielke. Victor Lindelof steps in. Finds Gyökeres. Gyökeres has Elanga. Right hand side. Anthony Elanga. Left footed shot. Oh, what a goal! Anthony Elanga smashed in an absolute worldie. 23 yards out, curling effort with his left foot out of absolutely nowhere. Sweden have levelled it up. Anthony Elanga, not known for his finishing, certainly not known for his left foot. Second goal of this tournament for the Newcastle United man. Viktor Gyökeres found Anthony Elanga. Anthony Elanga steps in field. He's just about at the corner of the penalty area. When he hits, it's maybe a cross-come shot. It's one of those, any kind of touch takes it beyond the keeper. The keeper couldn't move just in case he got that touch. It's well beaten, Zion Suzuki. Anthony Elanga has levelled things up. 62 minutes on the clock. Japan 1, Sweden 1. Told you we'd get goals, never in doubt. Back to square one here for Japan and Sweden. The Dutch have a third goal. So a good couple of minutes for the Dutch. Their cushion has been restored. Japan will have to push on again. Long ball forward. Oh, that was a bit of a risk taken at the back by Taniguchi. Unnecessarily stretched for the ball. Japan have it. The hydration break is on the horizon here in Dallas. Io Tanaka for the Blue Samurai. Elanga wins it back. Bernardsson is fouled by Daisen Maeda, who just got too close to the Swedish number 21. Third goal for the Netherlands was, I think it's another own goal, you know. Tunisia score the 11th own goal of this tournament. Somebody told me earlier on that there'd been 10 so far. Well, they've just made it 11. Isak curls one. Oh, good save, Suzuki. That was almost identical to the goal Isak scored against Tunisia, where the goalkeeper spilled it in. This time I wasn't sure if Suzuki had got enough on it. Alexander Isak shapes it round the defender. That's a top save from Zion Suzuki. Full length, down low, long way down for the big man. And the goalkeeper with a big mop of curly hair. Two big palms on that. It's a corner kick to Sweden, and Elliot Stroud's going to come across and take it. It's gone short to Elanga. Elanga back to Stroud. Poor pass from Anthony Elanga. Bit of a hospital ball for Stroud. It's gone out for a throw in, and Lucas Bergvall has hurriedly come across as the long throw man to launch this in. Sweden keen on exploiting these set pieces. Bergvall into the near post, bounces around. Isak takes a touch. Shooting opportunity from Ayari. Again, he can't get a shot off. He did nothing but get shots off against the Dutch. Gyökeres, poor attempt at beating his man, and then a clumsy tackle from Viktor Gyökeres. And a free kick to Japan will be the last action before we hit the second half hydration break. In the meantime, while that hydration break is going on, we're seeing a couple of substitutions from Japan. Ayase Ueda, the final striker, who got 2 goals against Tunisia, and Ritsu Doan are the two who are going to go off. Haven't seen much of Ueda at all this evening. Ritsu Doan has done a little bit better. Got the assist for the goal, really good assist for the goal. The 2 men coming on are the number 14, who is Junya Ito. By the way, I went far too early with the hydration break. The referee was just signalling the substitutions, not the hydration break at all. So we'll crack on for a little bit. Koki Yagawa is the second man on for Japan. So Hasim Moriyasu is the man who rolls the dice first for Japan. Bernardson plays the ball up the line towards Alanga. Alanga was offside. And now we get the hydration break. The minute after those substitutes were made. So Junya Ito, who represents Genk, was one of the changes. Second one, Koki Yagawa, is for NEC Nijmegen, 28 years old. That 5-1 defeat to the Netherlands for Sweden was their first loss by over 3 goals since the 1958 final, of all things, where they were turned over by Brazil 5-2. Best effort since then was the quarter-final appearance in 2018. Japan have had a great run in this tournament recently. The 2022 renewal, they beat both Germany and Spain. On a long run of wins as well, Japan. 9 games unbeaten. Wins against Brazil and England in that stretch. They were just beating absolutely everybody. I thought they were a little bit passive on match day 1 against the Netherlands, but managed to pick up a point. And now, with 20 minutes to go, once we resume here, it is all up for grabs. In Group F, this is studio-based off-tube commentary. 7 shots for Japan, 3 on target. 5 shots for Sweden, 3 on target. Sweden lead the corners race by 6-1. XG 0.93 for Japan, 0.21 for Sweden. So that goal from Anthony Alanga really was completely out of the blue, but that's dragged Sweden back into this, and it's set it up nicely for the last 20 minutes here in the Lone Star State. Good atmosphere around the place. It's very clear where the 2 pockets of supporters are. It's either all yellow or all blue. We are just about ready to get back underway here. With 20 minutes to go, it's Japan 1, Sweden 1. Everyone is suitably rehydrated. We will restart with a Japanese free kick after that offside against Anthony Alanga, to be taken by the Japanese goalkeeper Suzuki. Long ball forward. Headed up in the air by Lagerbielke. Lagerbielke then snaps in with a strong tackle on the Japanese goal scorer Daichi Kamada. Through in for Japan. Nakamura drops it into Hiroki Ito. They work well, Ito and Nakamura, down this left-hand side for Japan. First chance for the substitute Ito to make a little run, and he dinks past his man and he's fouled. Good footwork. And then the clumsy challenge from Bernardson brought him down. Junior Ito, a bit of a vet. Junior Ito, 33 years of age now. Been around the national team for a long time. "71 caps before this evening, so this number 72, 16 goals as well. Been a good servant for the Blue Samurai. Daichi Kamada thought he might have won the throw down this left-hand side, but it's gone the way of Sweden, in the hands of the big man, Gustav Lagerbielke. Gyökeres, good centre-forward play, holds the ball up, does well, and then a foul, or no foul given actually. It's a throw-in. Graham Potter prepares a substitution. Just giving some final instructions. Looks like it's going to be Daniel Svensson, the number 8, who will be coming on shortly. Isak, Elanga to Bergvall. A little bit tight for Sweden. Drop back into Lindelof. Lindelof goes long. Ayari couldn't pick the ball out the sky, and it with the Otanaka. There's a foul. Daichi Kamada was dropped on his backside unceremoniously. Challenge was by Alexander Bernardson. Kamada's back up on his feet. It's been a tournament of everyone getting up quickly. There's been not too much time wasting. The precedent that Arsenal set in the Premier League last year has not been carried on in this tournament, which is good to see. Long ball out to that right-hand side for Sugawara. Was overhit. Yukinari Sugawara couldn't keep it in. Hajime Moriyasu is preparing a change of his own as well, so we will see Daniel Svensson now introduced, and he's going to replace Alexander Bernardson. Daniel Svensson, who wears number 8 for the Swedes, Borussia Dortmund player. And the second change is going to be Ken Sema, who comes on. Two changes too for Japan. Watanabe is on. Who's going to replace Nakamura. And Seko is off. And Seko is going to be replaced by the number 5 for Japan, who is Yuto Nagatomo. Japan attack down that right-hand side. Ken Sema, the former Watford man, gets his first action. It's a crunching tackle from Sema. Gabriel Gudmundsson felt that. Two players who no doubt faced each other in the English Championship on more than one occasion. Into the final 15 minutes here. Japan 1, Sweden 1. Netherlands 3, Tunisia 1. Remains the score in the other game. Long ball forward, Gyökeres. Good centre forward play again, and this time has to be fouled, and is. It was Elliot Stroud who was off, by the way. He was replaced by Ken Sema. That might be a yellow card by Taniguchi. I'll confirm that with you in a second. It's very good centre forward play from Gyökeres. Held the ball up. Shogo Taniguchi, 34-year-old defender, just went right through the back of him. He was shown a yellow card. Second yellow of the game after Isak in the first half. He had to go off, and Ayari will take this. Yasin Ayari, 25 yards out, right to centre, headed away by the man who conceded it, Taniguchi. Bergvall collects. Bergvall might think about the shot from 20 yards out. Turns, looking for support. Does well to retain possession. Svensson shoots. Little deflection on it. It's going to be behind for a corner kick. First involvement of the game there for Daniel Svensson. And his left-footed shot from 20 yards out is off. Ken Sema has got some instructions down his sock from Graham Potter. Yasunari needs a ball. Eventually gets one. Corner kick is on the left-hand side for Sweden. 7th corner of the game for the Swedes. Japan have just had one. Ball in towards the back post. Suzuki with a header. It's going to drop to Sema. Sema's shot is blocked. Great bit of defending. The defender stayed down. The referee's played on. Defender's on his feet. Bergvall into the penalty area. He's tried to pull it back. He's pulled it back behind absolutely everybody. And it's Sweden who are finishing the stronger here. Sweden asking the most questions. Bergvall. Another goal here for Sweden. Just put them into second place in a date with Brazil. Maybe they fancy Brazil over some of the other first place options. Now Japan come forward. First touch for Nagatomo. Nagatomo. Wearing the white headband. Nagatomo, pretty easy to pick out. Yuto Nagatomo, another veteran, 39 years old. I tell you what, the average age of this Japanese team has crept up as the substitutions have been made. Sweden on the attack, Gyökeres right hand side. Elanga tries to keep the ball in, does well. That's a free kick, he's going to get one too. Good play from Antti Elanga. His pace causing problems. Kept the ball in a couple of times. And eventually was fouled by Hiroki Ito. Right down in front of the assistant with a flag. Who did well to see that. Sometimes when they're right under your nose, it's difficult to work out what happened. But he spotted that one all right. Down by this right-hand corner flag. Yasin Ayari, whose quality from these set pieces hasn't been as good as we know it can be from the Brighton player. But it's Sweden asking the questions. Ayari towards the back post. Oh, that was a better delivery. It was a terrible header from Lagerbielke. Should have at least got it on target, and he's just headed it down, and it's rolled behind for a goal kick. into the final 10 minutes of the 90 here in Dallas. Japan won, Sweden won. All of this action available via your local broadcaster. The Netherlands still lead Tunisia by 3-1. Is there a winner in this? Sweden are the team most likely at the moment. They look a little bit fresher, if anything. Suzuki rolls it out to the right-hand side. And Sugawara into Io Tanaka. Tanaka moves it on to Taniguchi. Tanaka for Watanabe, who's gone in on the right side of those three centre-backs. Long ball forward. Defender got there, and Gudmundsson has just pulled up. For a minute, looked like a muscle injury, but I think it's just an impact blow, so Gudmundsson will be okay. But final touch was off the Leeds man. Corner kick to Japan. Supporters behind that goal to our left-hand side try and rouse their team again. Junior Ito with a corner. Ito into the middle of the penalty area. It's headed away by Gyökeres. And now Antti Elanga's going to try and break. He's held up well. Well, Japan have won the ball back in the high area. There's a chance. Oh, it's over the top. Stretching for it in the middle. It was Agawa. Koki Agawa. Antti Elanga initially tried to spring the break. He was then caught in possession. It's a really good first-time cross-in. Just from 8 yards out, on the stretch, Koki Agawa sent it over the top. It was Daichi Kamada with a cross. Half a chance for Japan. Wasted. Sugawara's made a mistake down by the corner flag there. He's allowed the ball to run out thinking it was a Japan throw. But the decision has gone the way of the Swedes, and Lucas Bergvall has rushed across there to launch this in. Get the feeling one of these set pieces might just come to something for Sweden. Isak can't get on the end of it, neither can Gyökeres. Sema challenges. Japan can break on that far side. Junior Ito couldn't keep that in. Bergvall takes a throw in quickly. Sweden definitely want to go and win this. The intention is absolutely there. Bergvall on the halfway line, back to Lindelof. On to Gudmundsson. Lindelof plays it out to this right hand side of Svensson. Svensson round the corner for Elanga. Japan win it back. Maybe break on here. Oh, and that's going to be a foul. And no yellow card. Gyökeres gets lucky there. Oh no, no, he doesn't. Referee had a little think about it and books the Arsenal man. Tremendous season for Arsenal. Viktor Gyökeres won the Premier League. Hajime Moriyasu was having a good leap about in his technical area there, thinking that the referee, same as I thought, was not going to give it. Junior Ito beats a couple of players. He's away from Ken Sema on that far side. Now a crossing opportunity. Ito into the penalty area. Lindelof got his legs in a right old tangle, maybe cramped up. Well, the referee's given a free kick. Or it might be a double cramp for Victor Lindelof. That looked painful. Scooped the ball over his own crossbar, then pulled up like the Tin Man. In the meantime, the referee had spotted an offence. So it will be a free kick to Sweden when we resume. Gyökeres is still down. Still 3-1 to Netherlands. So as it stands, Netherlands will go through as group winners to face Morocco. Japan will go through as second place team to face Brazil. Senor Bartones come running across to clear everyone away from the technical areas. The players are not supposed to be taking on any coaching while there's a player down injured, and the referee's been a stickler for that. The Swedish medical team have just signalled to the bench that Victor Lindelof's not going to be able to continue here. And Graham Potter's going to make his final 2 substitutions. And Victor Lindelof definitely will be one of them. Carl Starfelt is being prepared. Looks like a straight swap. Carl Starfelt, the centre-back. He plays in Spain for Celta Vigo, is on. And then Benjamin Nygren, the man who was dropped this evening for Anthony Elanga. Benjamin Nygren will come on and replace. Wait to see the board go up. Don't know if it will be Elanga. So it's going to be Gudmundsson. Gabriel Gudmundsson is off. So Gudmundsson and Lindelof. So that's a lot of defensive replacements tonight. Graham Potter's had to make. He's a Kane. And for my money, looks like his tournament's over. Lindelof's then gone off. That's just cramp. Gudmundsson, maybe just a couple of minutes ago, I thought initially pulled up with a muscle. Maybe. Now he's been replaced. Free kick to Sweden. Ken Semmer has gone down holding the back of his head. Sweden had possession there. Referee maybe could have played the advantage, but was challenged by Yukinari Sugawara. Sweden have a free kick here. We're into 88 minutes. There's got to be a lot of stoppage time. We haven't had the ball in play much in the last few minutes. This free kick is right on the edge of shooting range. Yasin Iari, who struggled with these dead balls so far tonight. Benjamin Nygren, who's just come on, is over there too. He would be the left-footed option. Japan holding their line on the edge of the 18-yard box. This is about 30 yards out, left of centre. Left arm in the air, Nygren. He's going to clip it in. Headed away by Taniguchi. Elanga gives it to Bergvall. Bergvall clips it in. The keeper's come a long way, got nowhere near it. Hacked away at the back post by Ito. Sweden still keep it alive. Isak finds Elanga. Elanga with a cross. Good defensive header from Taniguchi. Sweden asking the questions here. Into the 90th minute in Dallas. Elanga. Accidental touch, or he's fouled again. The referee hasn't given it. The assistant is right under his nose. Looked like a foul to me. Japan happy just to clear their line zone. Nagatomo that time. Sweden finishing the stronger here. Starfelt. Lagerbielke. Nygren. Isak has popped up on this left-hand side. Just that one effort on goal from Isak. I'm not sure Gyökeres has had one tonight. Bit of a poor return. We are into 7 minutes of stoppage time. It's Japan 1, Sweden 1. Nygren. Up the right-hand side. Infield to Bergvall. Bergvall moves it on to Svensson. Left-hand side, Semmer. Starfelt. Japan dropped very deep now. The low block is well and truly on for the Blue Samurai. Lagerbielke. Starfelt. For Lagerbielke again. Ball towards the back post. Over the head of Gyökeres. Defender does well, Sugawara. It's all hands to the pumps at the back for Japan. Bergvall. On the half turn is Gyökeres. Gyökeres has ran out of it by Ito. Again, Sugawara can only hoof it to the halfway line. Where Sweden will retrieve it through Svensson. Bergvall again. A minute of the 7 gone. Japan 1, Sweden 1. Svensson. Bergvall. Turns away. Gives it to Starfelt. Bergvall again. Sema tries to get away from Sugawara. Can't do so. Clearance is once again collected by the Swedes. Yasiniari this time drops deep. Plays the ball into the feet of Elanga. Elanga can't get there. Bergvall slides in and wins it back. Long ball forward, looking for Isak. Isak gave the defender a little nudge there, got away with it. Smashed high in the air by Taniguchi. Gyökeres picks it up. Elanga. He has a chance for Nygren. Into Elanga. Elanga with a shot, it's saved. And Isak can't get on the rebound. Oh, Zion Suzuki got lucky there. Palmed away. Elanga's shot. Could have gone anywhere. Very nearly landed at Isak's feet. Isak has it. Tries to get away from the defender. Will win a corner. Anthony Elanga looks to the heavens. I think it was a cross. Keeper's parried it. Right back into the middle of the penalty area. Just overran Alexander Isak. Corner kick for Sweden. Sweden have dominated that statistic tonight. Haven't made much of them though. Yasiniari. Isak with a flick. Good save. Great save. Bergvall. It's still there. Keeper comes. Claims it the second time. Alexander Isak thought he'd won it for Sweden. Little flicked header at the near post. Saved by Zion Suzuki. Really sharp save as well by the Japanese goalkeeper. Three and a half minutes of 7 added on. Have elapsed here. Final whistle is gone in the other game. It's finished Netherlands 3, Tunisia 1. Sweden pushing for a goal that will get them second place in this group. They've got 2 minutes to find it. Lagerbielke launches it long. Headed away by Nagatomo. Japan have a chance just to relieve some of the pressure here, but can't really do so. Sloppy in possession. Lagerbielke wins the header. Gyökeres can turn. Gyökeres has got a runner in Elanga, but Elanga's never going to reach that. As quick as he is, Hiroki Ito knocks it back to Suzuki. Taniguchi. Wide to Watanabe. Sweden now just sitting off. Maybe that little burst of attack has been their last one of the game. Final 2 minutes of stoppage time here. Ball in the centre circle. Can Japan fashion one last opportunity? Watanabe. No options forward, just drops it back in to Taniguchi. Sugawara. Ito. Starfelt wins it, but it's going to come back to Sugawara. Ito has it again. Out to Sugawara. Ito looking for the feet of his teammate up there, Ogawa. Maeda into the penalty area. Japan now asking a couple of questions. Just moving Sweden around, trying to make that one opportunity. Watanabe. 60 seconds to go here in Dallas. Japan 1, Sweden 1. Kamada. Right to Nagatomo. Nagatomo, low cross. Smashed away by Lucas Bergvall. Japan ended on the attack here. Ito. Out to Kamada. Starfelt with the clearance. And the final touch there came off Nagatomo, throw into Sweden. And it looks like we're going to finish all square here. Japan 1, Sweden 1. Both teams have had a go in this second half. Dyson Maeda with the opening goal on 55 minutes. Really nice assist from Doan. And Anthony Elanga from distance with his left foot levelled it up on 61. And that is where we're going to finish, unless Japan can find a goal, which they cannot, because Ivan Barton has blown the final whistle. Everyone celebrates. Anthony Elanga's down, shaking his head. Graham Potter's celebrating with his coaches. They know they've advanced into the next round. Decent game here. Both teams had a go. There wasn't an awful lot to risk for either side. The Dutch beating Tunisia 3-1 means they will advance as group winners, but Japan are through in second. Sweden are through in third, so more football in this tournament for both of these. It's finished here in Dallas in an entertaining game. Japan 1, Sweden 1.
Remember to check out FootMob's social channels on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter and TikTok. Thank you for listening to FootMob's audio commentary. Be sure to check out player ratings, shot maps and more in-depth info on the match page. Remember to check out FootMob's social channels on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter and TikTok.